What is going on, my fellow wrestling enthusiasts? It is your boy Hollywood Steve with a Monday Night Raw review. Let's get right into things here. Let's get right into the Raw review. So Raw opened up with a recap of Money in the Bank. Then we got John Cena kicking off Monday Night Raw, going through his usual promo since he's won the WWE Undisputed Championship. The last real world champion, yada yada yada, all that stuff. Um, as he was going through his normal shtick, CM Punk, he's interrupted by CM Punk, and Punk told Cena that he was going to take that title off his shoulder because to beat, and I thought this line was really good. He said that the title made him, that when CM Punk won the title, that it made him a monster. And he said he realizes now to beat the monster that Cena has become, he would have to become a monster as well. Then, of course, Seth Rollins' music hits, and he, along with Paul Heyman, Braun Strowman, or I'm sorry, not Braun Strowman, Braun Breaker. Scratch that. Seth Rollins along with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed come down the ramp, and Seth just stands there holding the Money in the Bank briefcase as he is now the Money in the Bank winner. And he just stands there, does his does his cackling laugh, that he does. Then after the ad break, we get our opening match. It's AJ Styles versus Chad Gable, and it was a good match. AJ hits a lot of big moves. His forearm, the calf crusher, I don't think he hit the Pele kick, and of course, the Creeds try to stick their nose and they try to interfere, but AJ's able to thwart the Creeds and hit a Styles Clash to pick up the win. Then we had our first Fatal 4-Way for the Queen of the Ring tournament, which was Roxanne, which was, oh my goodness, I am drawing a blank. It was Roxanne Perez, Rhea Ripley, and I do believe Liv Morgan. And Roxanne picks up the win here by, of course, stealing and it's Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane hits the insane elbow. But after that, Roxanne steals the win. So this match is pretty good. It had some high flying moments in it. Overall it was a pretty good match. Then after the ad break, we get Nikki Bella. She's backstage. She's making her Raw return tonight. She made her Raw return on Monday Night Raw. So she's back. She's introducing herself to Io Sky and some of the ladies back in the locker room. Then we get Becky Lynch coming out. She comes out, and we get Becky Lynch doing a promo. She starts touting her win over Lyra Valkyria at Money in the Bank. But as Becky's cutting this promo on Lyra, who would show up? Who would return? Bayley. Bayley made her return. Bayley's back, and she jumps Becky from behind, and she attempts to hit a rose plant, but Becky rolls out of the ring, and of course she backs right up, and who's standing behind her? Lyra Valkyria, and they start brawling all the way to the back. And then we get R-Truth, or should I say, Ron Killings. Okay, now if you guys are not familiar with Ron Killings, go back excuse me, go back and watch his TNA run. His TNA run was nothing short of awesome. He wins the TNA heavyweight, not the TNA heavyweight world heavyweight championship, but he wins the 10 pounds of gold, the TNA world heavyweight championship. And his run in TNA was awesome. He goes by Ron Killings. He doesn't go by R-Truth. And we're getting Ron Killings now. We're not getting R-Truth. We are getting Ron Killings. And he's up there talking. He said, the truth set me free. Truth was good, but truth was just a comedy act. Truth was. And he pulls out a pair of scissors and cuts his dreads. Okay, he cuts his dreads, and then he says the line that got everybody cheering. He said, R-Truth was a comedy act. He said, the truth has set me free. My name is Ron Killings. That's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And then he ends the promo by saying, now put some respect on my name. And then he jumps off the announce table and walks off. And yeah, he jumped up on the announce table and did his promo right in front of Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. And I thought that was really good. I thought that was really, really good. Then coming out of the ad, then after the ad break, we got a backstage segment with the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, JD McDonough, Dominic, and as they're all talking, Roxanne walks in, and she's talking, talking about, they're just talking about, Judgment Day business and how, they're gonna get back to things, and then of course, who'd walk in? Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, the women's tag team champions, and Liv's not happy that Roxanne stole the win, and after Finn congratulated her on her win, after Liv came in, Finn congratulates Roxanne about her win, then of course, then Liv comes in and says, she confronts her about her win, but Liv said she was, but Roxanne said she was helping the Judgment Day. But Liv wasn't buying it. So Liv is not really happy with Roxanne Perez at this point. Roxanne's trying to help the Judgment Day, but she seems to be winning everything and, beating Liv Morgan, and so that's not sitting well with Liv. Then we got Seth Rollins and his faction backstage in their dressing room, and Seth said that they would have all the power when they took, whether they take it by victory or by heist. And as you guys out there know that watch my channel, Seth Rollins is known for the heist of the century when we had Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar going at it. At WrestleMania in, I believe it was at Levi Stadium in San Francisco, the heist of the century. And so, are we going to get that again? I don't know. We will have to wait and see on that. Then Then, then, then we had our first match in the men's King of the Ring qualifying tournament. A fatal four-way between Penta, Sami Zayn, Dominic Mysterio, and Braun Breaker. And after Penta had control by hitting, he hits a top rope dive and gains control, but that doesn't last long. Braun Breaker begins to dominate. Sami Zayn hits a moonsault, then Penta hits a dive off the ring post. Good grief! I mean, this guy Penta is so amazing to watch. Penta is so fun to watch. I have so much fun watching this man. This man does things that I am blown away every week when I watch this guy on Monday Night Raw. I am blown away by the stuff that he does. I mean, it's amazing to me, the stuff that this man does. It's incredible. But then Braun Breaker hits a clothesline on Dominic Mysterio, sending him over the commentator's table, which was a really cool spot. Then, of course, we get an ad break, and then coming out of the ad break, Breaker, Penta, and Dominic Mysterio took control of Sami Zayn as he was on the top rope. Ton of action from all four competitors in this match. Dom tried to steal the pin by throwing Penta out of the ring and covering Breaker as the match continued. Penta hits the Penta driver on Sami for a 2 count and a Mexican destroyer on Sami. Sami picks up the win after and then LA Knight comes in and takes out Braun Breaker, and so LA Knight took out Braun Breaker, and after he took out, and then Braun Breaker gets up and takes Penta out with a spear. Sami Zayn advances to the King of the Ring semifinals. Good for Sami. That's awesome for Sami. I hope to see Sami do well in the finals. I really do. I love Sami Zayn. He is being so underutilized. I love Sami Zayn. I love Sami Zayn. And then Kathy Kelly's backstage talking with AJ Styles about his match and his win over Chad Gable. After AJ had some words for Chad and El Grande Americano, Kathy Kelly walks over and she sees the New Day talking to Grayson Waller, so she walks over and as she proceeds to ask Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston why they had not been defending their tag team titles, they said that there are no tag teams deserving of challenging the New Day. And that they have elevated the tag team titles and that we should be thanking God for the New Day. And they walked away. And New Day walks away. And then we get a WrestleMania video package, WrestleMania 42 video package. And in case you guys didn't know, WrestleMania 42 is returning to Las Vegas, Nevada. That's right. WrestleMania 42 is headed back to Las Vegas, Nevada, and is going to be at the Allegiant Stadium, home of the Las Vegas Raiders. That's right. And I am planning on being there, guys. That weekend, I will be there. And then we get a hype video for Asuka finally making her return next week to Monday Night Raw. And Asuka's going to be in a fatal 4-way next week she's going to be making her return in over a year. That's how long Asuka's been out. That's insane to me that it's been that long. I did not think and realize that it has been that long since Asuka has been out. That is insane. That is insane. Then we got Nikki Bella making her return. And of course, Nikki's interrupted by Liv Morgan, and she touts all of her successes, and Nikki, and as Nikki's leaving the ring, she gets hit with an Oblivion, and Nikki Bella's left lying in the middle of the ring. And then we get our main event of the Ring General Gunta versus Jay. Main event, Jay Uso. And Jay does his entrance as he always does through the crowd. And I thought this was really cool. He had his son with him, so he had his son making his entrance with him. And that was really cool. And then, at the start of the, as they've been doing with Gunther, at the start of the match, everybody's chanting, "You tapped out, you tapped out" to Gunther. Jay came out looking pretty strong. After an ad break, Jay delivered a crossbody and of course grabs his midsection after he received a tsunami and an Asai moonsault at Money in the Bank. And Gunther, of course, being the veteran that he is, targets the ribs of Jay, and he rips off all the tape and the bandages that wrapping that Jay has on his ribs, and of course he delivers his multiple kicks to Jay's ribs. Both get each other in sleepers, but Gunther delivers his German suplex, and after delivering another German suplex to the outside, Gunther continues to dominate. Jay delivers a brainbuster suplex, and Jay delivers a right hand, and then followed by a super kick. But Gunther again went for a sleeper in the ring and on the apron, but Jay hits a suicide dive on Gunther to the outside. Gunther throws Jay into the barricade. Gunther missed a right hand that he tried to throw at Jay. Jay hits a spear and a Uso splash, but Gunther kicked out at 2. Jay measures Gunther, but Gunther baits Jay. Gunther hit the power bomb. Jay countered, but Gunther hits the power bomb again. Jay kicked out at 2. Gunther hit a spear and Gunther hits a spear, but he only gets a 2 count. And then we get after that 2 count, Gunther nails Jay with a huge right, and then of course he's trash talking, as Gunther likes to do. But Jay put Gunther in the sleeper. Gunther counters. Jay hits the Uso splash, and then he puts Jay. Then Gunther puts Jay in a constrictor sleeper. Jay gets out of it and puts Gunther in a sleeper, but Gunther slips out and puts Jay back in the sleeper again. Gunther puts Jay to sleep to regain and win back the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And this match was surprisingly really good compared to their other matches. Compared to their other matches that they've had. The other ones have kind of been meh. I wouldn't say clunkers, but they've not been really that great. But overall, overall this match is really good. Jay fought hard, but Gunther was just, I think in the end, Gunther was just too much for him. And you knew that they were eventually going to put the title back on Gunther. But Raw overall was a really good episode. I think probably the best thing for me out of this, let me know what you guys thought in the comments. For me, the best thing was R-Truth returning to and as Ron Killings. That was my favorite. Let me know your guys' favorite segment from Monday Night Raw. This is Hollywood Steve saying I will catch you guys in the next one. And remember, when you're Hollywood Steve, it's just 2. Sweet.